Hello, thank you for coming. To talk about two of these, we'll simply go through some of the examples that are present in the world, and through that we'll answer two of the questions of the talk. So this is an incredible project. It was implemented most of the regions of Africa, and it's a game that children play in the school by going around to pump water. So there's no need for more physical work, and this works in a very simple way that the children play the game, and there's a pump that activates with this mechanical pressure, and the water comes up and stores in the tank. And this was very popular. A lot of foundations funded it, and it was implemented a lot of regions without asking the community if they wanted it or not. And does anyone see any problems with this concept? That you play a game, you have fun, and you have water? Okay. That's one of the problems. So at the end, what happened was people were hired to play the game. It was not children anymore. It was women who were hired as employees, like he said, to pump the water. They didn't check with the children whether they would like to play the game to pump the water. They didn't check why will these children be out of the classroom and be playing all the time. You need water all the time. And there were several reasons this complete idea of, sustainable, fun game was a failure. And this was one more problem. Nobody informed them how to install them. Here you see there is no way for anyone to go around it. So the main problem here was it wasn't centered around the human it was designed for. Nobody spoke to the child. No one spoke to the community. They designed an incredible idea. It was a great idea, but it was implemented very poorly. It lacked survey, it lacked implementation techniques, because a simple brochure could have solved this problem, that you need a minimum distance, you need a certain rules. But a very, very heavily invested project was a failure here. This calls for design matters. So when you design a solution, it has to be centered around the user, who is the main person around it. So you have to reevaluate whom are you designing it for. You have to talk to them. You have to check their main problem points. And then you have to see where is the client located. And this is basically human-centered design, and it is made from all these intentions. This is what mostly we do at Needlab. We try to connect the local community that we are working for, the government, the craftsmen, the students, the materials in the region, and researchers like me and all the team. We sit together and talk through all of those entities, make sure the budget works for the government, make sure the budget works for the people, that it will be working well with the user, who's the main hero of the project. And we use mostly local materials, because that's what's available around us, and we mostly build from what's beneath us. In the same way, we've worked in different regions, and this was in Barcelona, and this great, and each project is with different materials. And this is a very interesting problem we had. This is the beautiful city of Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, but this is how the city is. Completely no public spaces. It's, they have some question? No public spaces, and they're like matchboxes without ventilation in the city. So our aim was to change this. We wanted to improve the quality of living through design. And we did this with the local community people. We designed with them, we worked with them, and we came up with solutions which were local. For the rooftops, to grow their own food so they can have more cooling on their roof, and the food is grown for them to use. And with this, we trained 30 young unemployed youth who never went to school, and now they have jobs. So this is something they have, and they're working on more projects in making their community better, and they learned a skill, which they will never forget. And we did this in Korea, and it was towards fighting pollution. We invited the whole community to come together to help us plant trees, to change the local condition of particles in the air. And we did something similar in Bhutan with their community, solving their problem with design for beekeepers, because they do not have a lot of time in the year without the snow to grow food. So we trained them how to build beehives to make honey. And this was another interesting problem we had in India, where there's a lack of water. And this is the way people carry water. It's on a mountain, to give you a scale, and women carry only 10 liters of water, and the maximum amount of time they can go up and down is 4. And it's not even enough for one person, 40 liters per day. So, and this is a challenge we are facing. It's a current project that we are working on, how to move the water up the hill against gravity without electricity. And this is actually the number of people that live actually in Barcelona, and also the same number of people who were affected by climate change. This is a beautiful city called the God's Own Country in the southern part of India. And this was 2017, and this is 2018. And that's the amount of water that has come into the city. And this relocated about 1.45 million people into relocation camps. And this is the population of Barcelona, if you think. Imagine all the people in the city have to relocate because there is water. And this is starting to happen in different parts of the world. And this is starting to happen very rapidly. And it's because of the fact that the 2 degrees of climate change is affecting us at a rapid scale. And this is the reason that Roca is making their effort towards pledging towards sustainable development goals. And we are doing our effort in designing more sustainable solutions, which are local, involving the community, asking them for solutions to solve the challenge together. So I invite you to join the Jump the Gap and propose more sustainable solutions to solve this all together. Thank you.